Okay, so what made... Oh, I've got my mouth guard in. Keep forgetting to take it out. So what made Christ so connected to God's love that he could walk up to people with such love and compassion, people that were almost dying? You know what's happening now in the world with addicts and, well, they like to... every label has to go. People with deep emotional issues that have been abandoned. And I'm not blaming it on everyone else. Of course, we do when we're desperate. I mean, if we cry out to God, we can feel God's love. And if we're really sincere, we can feel it, and God's love starts working within us and changes us completely, changes all of our emotional issues, all of our behavioral issues. But why was Jesus Christ so filled with God's love completely to react exactly? What he did is he was just completely himself. Absolutely 100% himself. Wasn't tried to hide. I'm sure he was picked on. I'm sure he was told that he had demons in him. He went through all of that and stayed pure himself and did exactly what he was, allowed his heart to be directed exactly what God wanted him to do while on earth. And why did he have that full connection to God? Well, parenting, if you've got two parents that are connected to God and they are also living their life connected to God, when that child comes in, and of course, Jesus Christ came here specifically for that reason, and those parents were chose. It's a plan. All of this is a plan to help us. All of us, we're all part of the plan. We're all here, even if you don't know it, to help each other, to identify, to realize what God's love is and what being connected to God's love, which is being completely yourself, can radically change the whole world. I mean, I thought the other day, like, if we all got together, we could radically clean up this world in less than a year. People think the problems are so hard, but once you're connected to God's love, you realize there's so many people out there that are already helping now. Look at the technology. Well, I know you can't see the technology now, but believe you me, there is the most amazing magnetism technology, quantum technology, that's going to work for the good of humanity. Already is. Yes, it was taken over by, sometimes, by people that did not have our best interest at heart, but there is a huge plan, and it's going exactly to plan. Anyway, so Jesus Christ, through his parents, you imagine what his dad was like, for Jesus Christ to be like that. Oh my gosh. For Jesus Christ to recognize Mary of Magdala, me, for Jesus Christ to recognize and to be drawn like a magnet to certain people and to be led by God to certain people. Not that they're better than anyone else, but because they were so desperate and they loved God so much and they were so confused about what was going on. Like, I love God so much. I have all this passion in me and love, and then I'm treated like that by family who say that they believe in God. That is really confusing, and people almost get paralyzed in total confusion and then anger and rage. That's why people get addicted to alcohol. That's why people get addicted to drugs. And that's why all emotional injuries and the reaction to those emotional injuries come from abuse. And abuse comes from a lack of God's love within. You can say you believe in God and do all the rituals that you want to do, and you can go to church every week. You can pray every day. But if it isn't pure and a real intent or wanting to connect with God, to know God, to be with God, then you won't have God's love in you. It's in you, it's available all the time, but you will not have access to it. And you will treat others in a certain way, like I have sometimes in my life, not all the time. My anger and rage comes from the fact that I felt Christ's love. I was taught about Jesus Christ. I connected to Jesus Christ's love as early as I can remember. Then through all the abuse, and then when I came out as gay and then left that church I was brought up in, that organisation, and my family, I went to what I thought was love, and then I was abused again. Sexually, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And as I spiraled down with disappointment and fear, I started to doubt. Well, I realise now why Jesus Christ put his hands on me. Was so I could feel that love so intensely that when I was without him, I would call out to God and ask God directly, are you real? Are you real? Because I need to know. And I can tell you, God is real. And it's God's love within us that makes us like Jesus Christ. That is the truth. And that is the kingdom of heaven within. I love you all.